Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. You know, what I found out was about 1 in 50 expats are truly prepared when they move to their new destination. I just want to talk about some things that expats most certainly need, but don't have when they come to places like the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. You know, according to a HSBC expat study, they said that 40% of expats feel unprepared for their new destination, but trust me, guys, it's higher than that. And remember, they said they feel unprepared. I'm talking about who are not prepared. We're talking about things that, all things being equal, you know, you're in good health. You got a routine, you're staying ahead of boredom, you're staying busy, you got friends. These are things you absolutely need. This is a basic conversation, one we don't have enough though, okay? And it may surprise you. Are you prepared to come to the Philippines or wherever you're going? The first thing is income. And you say, duh, Cal, no. Far too many people come over here, they don't have adequate income. They don't have ample income, whether it's a job, whether it's savings, whether it's a pension, some type of residual income. Far too many people go broke, or they just scraping by. You know, shout out to my buddy Jim. He's got a motorcycle now. When I did that video, some people reached out to Jim. His business is open. I'm supposed to go over there today and check out some chicken fingers and maybe a hamburger or some chili. But you don't want to be in a situation like that. Have ample income and savings, ladies and gentlemen. This is basic stuff, but 1 out of 50 of you aren't going to have all this. I guarantee you. You're going to say, oh, I got the pension, Cal, I got my Social Security, blah, blah, blah. Okay, check that off then. What about an emergency plan or an exit strategy? Do you really have that? Can you leave your destination within 72 hours? That's why it's called an emergency. If it takes you 2 weeks to come up with your money or whatever it is to leave your destination, then it's not an emergency plan. Can you leave within 72 hours? Do you have the money? Your exit strategy could be simply your round trip ticket, your return ticket that a lot of us throw away. And then remember, when you're in the Philippines, if you're here over 6 months, you have to do the exit clearance, but you have to have some type of emergency exit plan, which we just don't have, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Most expats over here don't have that. If you had to be gone in 72 hours, I'm not, I don't care, I'm saying. I'm asking you, could you do it? Are you prepared to do it? Is this something you even thought about before you running over here, moving over here, chasing a woman or whatever it is you're trying to chase? I want to sleep at night. Okay, the third thing I'm going to talk about, because I'm only going to talk about 5 things. Third thing I'm going to talk about is a security plan. How are you going to protect yourself over here? You know, as a foreigner, we can't own firearms. Okay, but one thing that I've done, I got me some pepper spray, and I keep it in here, and I keep it hidden because of Booby. But I got pepper spray on top of a few other things I've got in my house, but I carry this everywhere I go. Do you really have a security plan? Are you just hoping that you don't have any trouble over here? If you're a vlogger out there, certainly a vlogger with some traction, this is the least you should have. Because people know you don't know people. But what are you doing, or what are you going to do to protect yourself? Are you going to build a big wall like this around your house? Are you going to send your girlfriend to get her firearms training and eventually get a firearm? But what are you going to do other than hope and pray that you don't have any trouble over here? Because there's certain knives that we can carry. Like I said, certainly pepper spray, but you got to have a security plan. People get drunk. You know, there's no plan for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. People are ignorant, okay? And you have to be prepared. And 1 out of 50 of us aren't prepared. If you got just these 5 things I'm going to talk about, you on the ball. You on the ball. Because it took me years to get these 5. But yeah, you got to have a security plan. There's some clowns out there that will try you, you know, just to make a video or whatever it is. Okay, to put you on tape. Or maybe they've had too much to drink. Or they've had a bad day. Or whatever it is. So have a security plan, ladies and gentlemen, for your retirement destination. You're going to need it. The next thing is contacts. Okay, the first thing is you got to have an emergency contact. Somebody that you could absolutely depend on. If things go down and you give them that number, why do you think when you go on a flight or certain things, they ask for that emergency contact? Somebody that you can depend on, who's going to be there at their post, who's going to pick up that phone and act accordingly, come to your rescue, or give the information that's needed. Do you have that over here? You're going to need local contacts. Most of you don't even know how to call if there's an emergency. You don't know the number for rescue or the ambulance or the fire department. Do you even know where your barangay office is located over here? And of course, you know, have some expat contacts. Somebody that you can explain your situation to, who may be able to help you with a few dollars to point you in the right direction. But contacts, ladies and gentlemen, most people just move over here and say, okay, I'm going to take care of all that stuff once I get there. And they never do. We put it off. That's why, in my estimate, about 1 in 50 people have these 5 things. Remember, this is on top of all the other stuff, the loneliness and all the other stuff you're going to have to battle. We're not even talking about that stuff. We're talking about the essentials, the must-haves. If you're going to live 8,000 miles from home, most of you don't even think about this stuff. That's why I make a video like this. There's other videos like this, but they're few and far between. So I wanted to talk about this today. I'm going to talk about it more on my members only live stream today. But have some contacts. I would say at least 3. But certainly that emergency contact. And healthcare. That's the 5th thing I'm going to talk about today. It's the one thing that most expats don't have. We're trying to do without. We're trying to get along without it. You need healthcare, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I'm talking about a full healthcare plan, including dental, including able to see specialists, hospitalization. And there's people here that would be part of your contact, see? Like in the Philippines, we got Michael Onstad. But this is the one thing that expats try to do without over here. They hope and pray there's not a medical emergency. They hope and pray that, you know, even though they're 73, they don't work out, they don't eat right, they drink, they smoke, that they're not going to need health care. But you absolutely have to have some type of health care plan over here. Or you revert back to number 1, income and savings. Do you have enough savings to pay for something like that? I just want you to think today. Okay, it's far too much talk about dating and all that other stuff, guys. And learning the language and all that. You got cultural differences. You got a bunch of stuff you got to worry about when you move to your new destination. But these are the 5 things you must have. Some type of money, some type of income that's ample, that's adequate for your lifestyle over here. Whether it's from your job, because I know guys over here who are digital nomads. Whether it's from your savings, whether it's your pension, you got residual income. You think that's a no-brainer, you'll be shocked at the amount of expats over here who don't have enough money, who are scraping back. Some of them are broke. Some of them are depending on the kindness of locals. An emergency plan. Can you leave the Philippines in 72 hours if you needed to? Or Thailand? Or Colombia or the DR? Could you? It wouldn't be an emergency if it took you 2 weeks to get up out of here. Do you have an exit strategy? It could be your return ticket, but we throw that away. Your security plan, ladies and gentlemen. This was on sale, 30% off. I paid 454 pesos for this. This gives me peace of mind when I'll go walking for dogs and different things like that. But you have to have some type of security plan. You're going to have to protect yourself just in case. This is insurance. Okay? I don't want it to happen. Nobody plans on having trouble overseas. But you got to understand, y'all watch the same videos I watch. It's some ignorant people walking around in these countries. Most of them are foreigners. But sometimes, you may run into a local. Remember what happened to the lady in Dumaguete? The beggar asked her for pesos. She gave him 5 pesos. The minute she walks by, he stabs her in the back of the neck and kills her. But y'all know it's ignorant people over here. You cannot own a gun in Philippines if you're a foreigner. Okay? You can get your girlfriend to get one, and good luck with that, okay? Now, more than likely, you're going to be shot with your own damn gun. But have some type of plan. Carry a box cutter. Something, ladies and gentlemen. Don't depend on the kindness of foreigners, expats, and locals, okay? That's not going to get it. Contacts. Have at least 3, certainly emergency contacts, somebody that you can absolutely depend on. You don't even know how to call rescue right now. How far are you from the hospital? How far are you from the police department, the barangay office? Do you even know the barangay officials where you live over here? You don't. You never even think about it. You put all that stuff in somebody else's hands. That's why only 1 in 50 of y'all are prepared. And then, of course, healthcare. The one thing you try to do without, I would say more than 1 in 50 don't have it. If you're the one person who has just these 5, you're on the ball. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by and I don't help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Make sure you come prepared. You're 8,000 miles from home. Don't come over here unprepared. Are you going to pay the price? It's going to tell on you. It's going to expose you. And it does it every single day. You just don't see those videos. People don't get interviewed who are in trouble. For every 10 interviews you see, maybe 1 of them is somebody in distress. The rest of them are people living their best lives. Or some beautiful young Filipino looking for a foreigner or whatever it is. Or a foreigner Filipino couple. But you're going to get exposed over here without a plan. So take care, y'all. I just want to start bringing up stuff like this to get you thinking. Okay? It's more than the cost of living over here, ladies and gentlemen. It's more than relationships over here. If you're not prepared, when you get to the Philippines, it's going to tell on you.
Boots on the ground. Don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers. A tribute through music. If I don't know nothing, I know one thing.